Alright, what's up everyone, welcome back. I'm not totally sure if the AMAX is nerfed already. There was like some kind of update. Since they're nerfing the AMAX, Farah, and the Bullfrog, right now we're gonna go through some of the loadouts that I think could be meta. Now, when they're nerfing these guns that are currently the meta. If we start over here at the Xm4. Xm4, it's a wonderful gun. It's really good up close. This is a very good class for close range gunfights. To use this as a secondary, as a SMG. So I'm rolling the agency right here with takedown barrel. We have the takedown for the effective damage range here, but I think you could go with the task force as well. It's gonna increase the recoil, but you're also gonna get that strafe speed and bullet velocity, and you're still gonna keep the effective damage range. Radar pad, yep, I'm pretty sure they're nerfing this attachment. So we will see how that's gonna be. So if you don't want the radar pad or any stock at all, I would remove that and slap on a serpent wrap right here to get some ADS. You could go with the field agent grip, but if you feel like you can handle the recoil and you're only using it for close range, maybe slap on something else. Maybe you can go with the stock right there instead. So something like that for a secondary. I also have a primary build for this, which is basically the same thing here. Agency, takedown. Here we need a field agent grip. I'm using the 60 round, and I remove that, and I slap on the SUSAT multi-zoom. I made a video of this a couple of days ago, and it's actually a beamer. Believe it or not, it's really good. You should definitely give it a try. I made a video of it and we were slapping kids with this. It works really good on mid-range, and you can use it on long range as well. It's gonna be a little bit harder with the recoil, but it actually works. And if you're rolling the Xm4 as a secondary, it's a really good sniper support. If they ever nerf the Kar 98, I don't know, man. I would be so sad. In my opinion, the most broken gun in the game. If you're good at sniping, the Kar 98 it's definitely it. I mean, you can combo this with anything if you want to rock it as a primary or as a secondary. So the stoner, I also made a video of this for not too long ago. Here's my stoner class. I think people are sleeping on the stoner. It's really good. It's really freaking good. It's definitely the best LMG in the game right now. So agency, task force, if you're struggling with the recoil, you could slap on something else. But I definitely prefer the task force. Field agent grip to control that recoil. I'm using this in solos. There I'm going with fast mag. You could go with 120 round or the 120 fast. And here's the important thing, the SUSAT multi-zoom again. You're gonna see this optic a lot because this optic is so freaking good. I've talked about this before. It's a really good option if you're struggling with recoil. If you don't like the SUSAT multi-zoom, you could go with the 3x. But it's definitely going to be easier to control the recoil with this. Here I just have my akimbo M19s. Both the M19s and the Sykovs are the best akimbo pistols in the game right now. So I get a lot of questions asked about why I'm rolling staple grip tip on this. And it's just for the sprint to fire speed. The aim down sight doesn't matter. So you can combo these guns however you want. Like you can roll with the stoner with maybe the Xm4 or another secondary you like. Here's another gun that I think could come back, and I wouldn't say the meta, but could actually be viable now when they're nerfing all the broken guns, all the current meta guns. And I actually just played a game with the Kilo and it felt really good. Kilo, no recoil, really easy to handle. The Cold War AK-47. So this is a class that we've seen a lot coming up right now lately. There's one class you can roll it with. You can go with the 45 round, and this is like a secondary build. The Spetsnaz barrel, it's gonna increase your recoil, but if you use it as a secondary for close to mid-range, it doesn't really matter. The KGB skeletal stock, like I said, we don't know how this is gonna be when they're actually nerfing them. Serpent wrap for the ADS, or 45 round, or if you want to go bigger, 60 round. It's gonna hurt your ADS a little bit, and if you feel like this is too much recoil, you could actually remove the Groza suppressor and slap on Spetsnaz grip. That's another option. If you want to hurt your ADS a little bit, remove that and keep the Groza suppressor, because the Groza suppressor actually helps with the vertical recoil control. A few different builds you can rock here. What you also can do with this is to slap on the SUSAT multi-zoom on this thing. I've actually tried this, and dude, it's actually good. I was rolling this like this right here. It's a lot of recoil, but it's a freaking beamer. And like I said, the SUSAT multi-zoom helps out a little bit with the recoil. And if it's too much, you could go with takedown or maybe reinforced heavy or the liberator. Here is what we're seeing right now. So the Krig 6 agency, either takedown or the ranger. You get some more bullet velocity here. So for range, this might be better, the ranger. Field agent grip, 60 round. You could go with 60 round fast mag. Doesn't hurt your ADS that much, so it's not too bad. And the 3x optic. So if you combo this with maybe the LC10 or whatever you prefer. I haven't played with the LC10 that much, but when I pick it up in the ground loot, it's just so broken. If you hit the upper chest and headshots, it's freaking insta delete, man. It's crazy. I don't really know what barrel to roll here. You guys maybe know a better class. I slapped on the SAS Combat, 45 round, serpent wrap. Maybe remove the stock and slap on field agent grip, even though the gun doesn't have a lot of recoil. But that's also another option for a secondary. Here's also 2 other secondaries. We know that the Groza is pretty okay. The Groza came up a little bit in season 2 when the FFAR got a nerf. You know, you can rock a little bit different classes here. If you roll this as a secondary, which this build is, you could remove the underbarrel for the recoil control and slap on Serpent Wrap. But this gun, we know that the Groza is pretty good, so it's a viable gun as a secondary. The Streetsweeper, this is disgusting. This might become meta when they're nerfing more and more stuff, because they're just nerfing everything right now. I don't really have the best class for this. I don't have it in max level. I haven't really played with this Streetsweeper because it's so disgusting and I don't like it. But the only downside to this is the reload. It takes forever to reload. Yeah, but there are some classes. You can also roll with the Ram 7. Ram 7 has always been a pretty viable gun. If you roll this as a secondary, you could remove the FSS Ranger and go with the middle barrel instead to get some more mobility. And if you roll this as a primary, slap on the FSS Ranger, remove the tac laser, and maybe go with the VLK. 2 different builds for the Ram 7, so both primary and secondary. We have a lot of good options here. Here's my Sykov class, my single Sykov class. I really think the single Sykov is better than akimbos. You don't have to go like exactly the loadouts, but these are just some of the guns that I think could really get some attention now when they're nerfing these current meta guns. Let me know what you guys think. It's gonna be a good loadout after this, and yeah. We will see how the AMAX gonna be, as well as the Farah and the Bullfrog. They might still be good. If you do like any of the loadouts, definitely drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.